Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2. This is a guest video from Demolition Hound in the new Heavy Jim Kai. Technically, it is more of a powered Jim because it does have the powered Jim torso backpack and torso equipment, and the powered Jim knees. Powered Jim itself was an enhanced Jim Kai, so semantics really. But interestingly, in addition to a shoulder-mounted missile launcher of the same kind that the Jim Sniper missile rack and the previously known as the Shimoda Squad version uses, it also it also has the shoulder missiles from the Stark Jagan. I believe the implication is, this being a UC Engage suit, but I believe the general implication is that those missile pods had existed since the 1 Year War. I don't know about that, but, or at least shortly after, since again, there is 0083 era equipment on this Jim Kai. But, yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, it's, I do like the idea that just basically for nearly 100 years, the entire Federation RGM series was cross-compatible. Just like, well, 100 years probably overstating it, but around 50, I would say. But you have to wonder if somewhere out there in the various side stories, they're, like F-91 or Crossbone era Jagans, still running 1 Year War era missile racks and machine guns and things. But, yeah, this is a new support. It is one of the guaranteed level step-ups that they have been doing. So you do the first step up, you get the level 1, and so on, up the steps to level 4. Other people have gotten it out of other, polls, of course, though, because that's how this works as well. The things get, good shot. Things that get added to the gacha are, available multiple spins. Had at least one person, I think 2 people I know, in fact, get it in the free spin that was done this week. So it's not bad. I have not gotten this, and I have not gotten the new Rizel, but I have gotten a couple more levels of the Bugu. I'm just need to do the damage to get the last level on my main account, and that'll be nice. Because, like I said, I've had a request for that for over a year, because it's been out a while. And just couldn't run it at 250. So, but yeah, this is a lot of good equipment on this, apparently, besides the Shimoda launcher, the Stark Jagan launchers, the Hyper Bazooka Modified. It also has a sub-weapon Jim rifle, which is apparently pretty strong. And yeah, as a support, it also has balancers, which seems pretty good. So that's not bad. And yeah, just sometimes you get locked down by stuff, and there's not a lot you can do. Again, just Blue Destiny 3. Okay. Yeah, I love when other people start sending passive-aggressive tells about the trouble they're having when you're getting, locked down by one other player surrounded by a bunch. Like, getting back me up when or the equivalent whenever I am, getting locked down by like 3 different suits is always just great. Fantastic feeling. But, okay, yeah, so looks like the missiles all fire in volleys, which fine by me. So yeah, in a certain sense, this kind of feels like a lower cost MLRS from the look of it, which, yeah, the GPO2 MLRS fires a lot of highly damaging missiles in groups, in volleys. And yeah, seems like this is what this does too, with the added benefit of having a couple of different kinds of missiles and a bazooka and a Jim rifle, which I don't remember if the Jim Kai has Vulcans or not. I think it should. I don't know if this has them, but that, whether or not it does doesn't mean much of anything. Okay, yeah, there they are on the quick swap palette. Thank you, Demo. You did not know I was saying this, and that was still very useful. But yeah, the one thing the MLRS probably still has going for it over this, though, is reach. It has very, very high arcing missiles that are, great for doing base bombing. But yeah, okay, yeah. So there's somebody in here who is just having a bad time of it. I've been there. But like I've said before, there is, one of my favorite phrases. Uh, I saw someone, generally talk about like relationships with corporations and what have you. But the term is the trust thermocline. And basically the idea is that once you reach a certain level of breached trust, you're just, there's nothing you can do to come back from that. And I feel like a lot of that comes into play with team cohesion too. It's just like, yeah, you're frustrated, you're sending frustrated tells, and if everybody else is having a hard time too, that's just gonna make everything worse. And people are just going to stop listening and or caring. It's kind of, yeah, like, frustration is frustration, but there is sometimes just no percentage in spreading it around. That said, yeah, the enemy team is pulling ahead pretty hard here, and they are down a member, so they are, I feel like, taking like really good advantage of the defense bonus from that, but also just allied team. Yeah, seems like the Agu guy kind of dedicated its existence to destroying the enemy base, which at least has got them back in the neighborhood. But yeah, this is one of those things where if everybody could just coordinate a little better, it would. I think they wouldn't have any problems. But just again, once you reach that point where just you do not want to hear tells from people anymore, any tells at all, everything can go south. That said, Demo is definitely doing his best, pulling his weight, playing good support here, and trying to get enemies off of his teammates. The fact that the teammates are, again, kind of scattered to the winds a little bit, or at least felt like it, made that a little bit harder. They have regrouped now, so. But yeah, Allied team is, okay, there's number one. Yeah, just, they're, like I said, I played this round. I know how this round goes. Just there's, even without the sarcastic tells, if there's just like, if they manage to catch out like one person away from the rest of the group repeatedly, you can end up in a really bad spot. And yeah, unfortunately, that I think is kind of where the Allied team is at the moment. So, and yeah, so, well, they have gone to pains in the past to remove tells that are used sarcastically, and I just get a sense nice work will be, on the menu soon. But more importantly, I like this gym. This gym is that I hope I get it eventually. I'm sure, it'll turn up eventually. Everything does if you're lucky. But yeah, Demo gave it his best shot, gave it quite a few of them, in fact. And, he did his part, and just, yeah, sometimes it doesn't work. That's, yeah, I do agree with number 4 in this case, which is like leaving one person on base duty, not good idea. 5 and 2 and 121,000 damage at this cost, though, is pretty nice. So, yeah, I hope I can get a hold of one of these. That is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. But yeah, I kind of like in the long run the idea that the one of the reasons that the Federation just consistently outperforms its enemies is that they tend to have one mainline mobile suit that they can produce cheaply and easily and works very well. And just, yeah, it can use all the things. Whereas, yeah, Xeon didn't figure that out until the end of the war. So that was kind of a problem for them with the, very, very late introduction of the unified maintenance plan. But also just, yeah, it's kind of a fun in-universe explanation for why, Monster of the Week mobile suits are actually probably not a good idea for the people fielding them.